there's a lot surrounding the whole Jay Z situation. There's a lot surrounding the Carters in general. And I don't want to talk about the allegations. That's not what I'm wanting to talk about. What I want to talk about is how the Carters are handling this marriage, with Beyonce dropping Carter off of her last name in Forbes. That's like a small, teeny tiny publication. Yeah, okay, some people will pick that up, but it's just kind of like a test run. Like, how are people going to react? How are people going to respond to this separation? And of course, they were together at Blue Ivy's premiere. However, he didn't show up at the Christmas halftime show that Beyonce put on. Blue Ivy was there, but he wasn't. He was noticeably absent. Because of all of this, a lot of people are trying to make Beyonce out to be like, oh, well, at the first sign of trouble, she's just going to dip out. You guys don't understand. They take Watch the Throne very literally, incredibly literally. If one of them is going through a major controversy, you still need to protect the throne, even if that means that you, the person that has the controversy, has to remove themselves from the spotlight or what have you, whatever they end up doing later on down the road. Why? Because you're going to end up messing up the bag for the entire family. That's what all of this is for. See, this is a deeper meaning into it. A lot of people look at marriage like, oh, I love you and you love me and you're my person forever, so let's go and get married. That's not what marriage is for. Two broke people getting married is incredibly pointless. It is. People always talk, oh, well, it's a sham, and this. No, it's a sham for people that don't have money. Yeah, it's a marriage contract, right? Jay Z had his businesses. Beyonce had her businesses. They merged their businesses into one conglomerate. The best way to protect that is through a marriage. You see what I'm saying? That's why she got so incredibly irate over the whole mistress thing. You are threatening the throne. You can't have a mistress when you're married. You're threatening the throne. You are threatening. Think about it. If this mistress ends up having an outside baby, then that's money being taken away from your children having to go to this outside baby. You're not protecting the throne. You're just throwing your seed everywhere. If you have to take out a loan to pay for the wedding, to pay for the wedding dress, the reception, any part of it, if you have to take out a loan to do all of that, you probably shouldn't be getting married. I mean, like, I'm not the person to be asking in the first damn place. I'm not married, so I'm the last person to be asking any type of advice. But outside looking in, this is how you're supposed to do things. This is how you're supposed to protect the throne. They have an empire. Back in olden days, right? Remember olden days? Back then, when a prince of this land married a princess of this land, it was for a reason. It was for a fucking reason. Okay, that's why I don't want to say bastards, but when the king steps out and has an outside baby with a mistress, they're illegitimate. They're illegitimate. They don't get to be a part of no wills or nothing like that. They're illegitimate children. So they're doing things the way that the Carters, Jay Z, Sean Carter, Beyonce, they are doing marriage the way you're supposed to be doing marriage. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's not about love. Love isn't enough. I don't know if anyone told you that or not. Love isn't enough. Love isn't going to pay the bills. Right? You can't pay your bills off of love. I heart you. There you go. That's my rent. No, you can't do that. You have to have money for things. And if you have certain ambitions and he has certain ambitions, you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Jay Z and Beyonce have a loveless marriage. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm sure that they do love each other, I'm sure that they liked each other a lot whenever they got married. But I believe that they're both very smart people who saw an opportunity to really capitalize on a brand and create an entire empire. And that's what they did. That's what they're doing. They are protecting the brand, they are protecting the empire. That's it. And the people that are really upset about it, the people that are really mad about it, those are the people that either got married or want to get married for the wrong reasons. And I'm not saying, oh, because you just love somebody and you broke. I'm not saying that. I'm saying whatever the wrong reasons are for you specifically, because you shouldn't get mad about something like that. That's how they doing their own life. That's another thing too. Why are people upset about how other folk conduct their lives? That's their life. Why are we so in it? That's weird. That's like really fucking weird. But I don't know. It is what it is. I think that a lot of people that are trying to paint Beyonce, and I'm not part of the Beehive either. So don't come for me. But and don't come for me, Beehive either. But I feel like Beyonce is really, really getting a bad reputation for no reason at all. Anything, it doesn't matter if she stays or if she goes. It doesn't matter what she does. If she changes her name or she keeps her last name. If she brings Jay Z out to a halftime show or she doesn't bring Jay Z out to a halftime show. No matter what that lady does, people are still going to talk about it and talk about her and try and drag her. So the Carters are doing exactly what everybody else need to be doing, just minding their own fucking business. Minding their business. That's what they're doing. But at the end of the day, I really feel like we could all take a page from their book and recognize and realize that love sometimes just isn't always enough. And when it comes to protecting the throne, I'm not talking about with your little boyfriend, with your little girlfriend, with your little baby daddy, with your little baby mama. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody that you care about and that you respect and enough to have an open enough dialogue to be able to talk about really hard things such as I'm being accused of all of this crazy ass shit. You know what I mean? And have that hard conversation like, okay, maybe you should step back. Maybe you should step back from the family. You over here crashing out on Twitter and everything else. Like, just step back from the family and just let me run this empire for a minute. You chose me as your queen for a reason. Let me rule. That's all that's going on. That's all that's going on. So folk that are running around, oh, they about to be over, they about to be divorced or whatever. Even if they do get divorced, it'll just be on paper. It's all a business arrangement. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm sure that they still gonna love each other. I had a friend of mine. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, and this really was a friend of mine. This was not me, but and I don't know where she is. So feds, don't be coming knocking on my door asking me no fucking questions about this shit. But her and her husband, they were married, and they would get married. They'd be married for so long, and then they would get a divorce. It would just be a divorce on paper, but they get a divorce. And then she would go down to the food stamp office to get food stamps and childcare and all this, that, and the third. Everything. And she would cut all them benefits off right before the child support office, because in the state of Tennessee, if you want any type of benefits, the state gonna go after the baby daddy. I don't know how it is in any other state, but that's how it is. So before they would go after him and start garnishing his paychecks and stuff, at one point in time they did, but before, whenever they were right before they would start garnishing his paycheck, she cut all them benefits off. I can't get mad at it. I really in the fuck can't. I really in the fuck can't get mad at it. They did it smart. Yeah, they got a divorce, but a couple of times. It was a few times. It was a few times over a 15-year period. They sure enough did. They sure enough did. And that's what worked for them. They got them food stamps. They sure did. A whole nuclear family. That's exactly what happened. So all I'm saying is if you're going to get married to somebody, at least do it the right way. And I mean, like, I don't know if any other cultures have any issues with marriage and things like that, but it's definitely within the Black culture. I've noticed the trend that it mostly comes down to the woman starts nagging about a ring, and the nigga's like, man, she won't shut the fuck up. I guess I'll get a ring. You know what I mean? instead of really stopping to think about it. Like, wait a minute, bitch, didn't you go to college? How much student loan debt do you have? That's definitely a question you should be asking. There's definitely, I have tens of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. I don't have any business getting married to anybody anytime soon. Why? Why? Me with the student loan debt, getting married to somebody baby daddy that's got their wages garnished because of child support or whatever, and we both work the same job. How that's supposed to work? What we doing getting married? That don't make no sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. When you get established and then they get established, then you put those two establishments together. And the best way to protect that is through a marriage contract. And the sooner that people can realize that, I really feel like the happier a lot of people will be. That's it from me, y'all. Bye.